Okay, injury. Kari Willis had a foot injury, so we'll obviously monitor that. All right, huge win, resilient win. What we just talked about in there was you got to show you can win every kind of game, every kind of way. And we hung in there today. It wasn't always pretty, and hung in right to the very end. So just a resilient group, great win. We got to learn from it and keep things rolling.
Frank, you've been aggressive. At the end, when you're playing for a 50-yard field goal?
At the end there? Yeah, no, we were here was the thinking there. I mean, I knew we were right around the 50. We didn't have any timeouts left, so I didn't want to take a chance of a penalty or a sack and get out of field goal range. I knew we were inside of 55 yards. I knew that was money for Adam. I had all the confidence in the world that he was going to make that. I mean, even after we missed the extra point, he came running off. Whether he heard me or not, I said, hey, don't worry about it. Shake that one off because you're going to win this game for us. And came down to it, and I was just going to run it there. Once we got inside of 55 yards, we ran the one naked. I called the naked on first down, and I thought, that might pop. The naked might pop. If they blow it, we might gain 20 yards, and then we'll get a short field goal. But once they played the naked well, then I was just going to run it and then have Adam come on there and win the game.
It's tough to have that confidence when he missed earlier, I imagine, or did that not come into play at all? I
mean, no, it was not tough for me to have that confidence. It really wasn't. I had all the confidence in the world, and and I give Vic Fangio a lot of credit. I mean, he's holding us down. I mean, I didn't want to be too aggressive right there. I mean, it's not like we were lighting it up the whole day offensively. I mean, we had a shot to win it, and that's all we wanted there at the end, and had all the confidence in the world in Adam.
Your confidence hasn't wavered in Adam at all, all season.
All season.
Because he struggled a couple of times.
I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. He made two unbelievable kicks today, a 55-yarder into the breeze, and then he makes the game winner there. The extra point thing was what it was. So we just move on. It wasn't a perfect day, but he made two huge kicks in a tough-fought game.
What was your confidence early? I mean, the first two games, he was inconsistent, had troubles, and you were behind him all the way. Is it just his track record?
That's it. It's 100% his track record. It's 100% talking to him every day. I mean, it's I'm not just looking at the numbers or evaluating the times on the kicks or how far missed here or there. You look a guy in the eye, this is the greatest kicker of all time. I see what he does every day in practice. There's so much. Our team has so much belief and confidence in him. I was real happy for him today, obviously. I mean, although that's not, he's done this quite a few times. So, but good for him and good for us that he's on our team.
What was your vantage point of Jacoby's play down in the end zone with Von Miller, and then on the other end of that play with T.Y.
Play in the end zone to get away from not only to get away from Von Miller and then to make the throw. I mean, there's probably a couple guys in the league that can make that play. There's maybe a couple quarterbacks in the league that can make that play, but we got one of them. I mean, because that's twofold. It's get away from Von Miller in the end zone, and then the throw. The throw was stinking impressive. On the run to the right, getting it that far down the field, inbounds to T.Y. Huge play by Jacoby.
I wouldn't call this one of his best days overall, but I mean, how much is his inflappable nature just part of why?
Yeah, I think it's a big part of it. And really on offense, it was not one of our better days, and it wasn't. It was all of us on offense, and we knew this was the best defense we went against all year. I mean, they were holding people down. I mean, I don't think anybody's gained 300 yards on them in a long time. And I've said at the beginning of the week, there's probably nobody I respect more as a defensive mind than Vic Fangio. I mean, he knows how to coach his players. And they got great defensive schemes, and they run them well. They're very disciplined. They got good players, and they played good defense today.
Frank, excuse me if you address this, Frank, but going back to Vinatieri, you ran back-to-back run plays there. Did you just know automatically, what?
Yeah, had all the confidence Adam was going to make it. Didn't want to take a chance on. We threw it on first down. Well, we called a naked. And we called a naked, and they covered it up pretty well. I thought we could sneak one in there and get some big yards on it. Once we didn't get that, I wasn't going to take a chance on a sack or a holding penalty that would put us out of field goal range. So just run it twice and let Adam win the game.
Frank struggled today, lots of flags, let some big plays happen. Is this part of a rookie cornerback's education? Is this technique? Is this?
Yeah, I mean, I give Sutton a lot of credit. That's a good receiver. You know, Flacco throws a great deep ball. He throws a great deep ball. So, you know, yeah, Rock had, you know, whatever, 4 penalties. That's not a good day. He'll learn from it. Like you said, it's you know, just learning. Your rookie year, he's been playing great football, and so he'll learn from this and get better.
Frank Reich just not healthy enough. He practiced a couple days this week.
Yeah, he just didn't quite make it back, you know, and we didn't want to. He probably wasn't as far along like last week when he played. Going in, when we tested him out, he was probably a notch or 2 feeling better than he felt the other day when we tested him out. So just said we got to try to do the smart thing here, and let him get healed up.
Frank, you talked way back when it was clear that Jacoby was going to be the starter about his ability to sling guys off in the pocket. How much does that help you guys on a day when they've got a lot of rush going?
Yeah, and it is. When you're sometimes struggling to have things happen in rhythm, to have a guy who can extend plays like he can and then get the ball down the field, you sometimes need that. I mean, you need those chunk plays, and he did it a couple times today, but I can't say enough about that play at the end of the game. I mean, there's just not, like I just said earlier, there's a couple guys that can make that play, maybe. And Jacoby's, that was incredible.
Okay, last one here, and Frank, with that pass interference challenge call, what was the discussion behind that? And was there any worry that might take away your final timeout?
You know what? We just thought it was clear and obvious, you know, irrefutable. You know, so it just seemed like the prudent thing to do to challenge it. And, you know, yeah, it just seemed like the right thing to do to challenge it. And I'm not going to go there, you know, as far as what I expected or what I didn't expect. I just looked at the situation, just said, this just makes sense to challenge this. We talked about it really quick, and, you know, thankfully we got the call.